My worst interactions with customers always happen around the holidays, when men come in looking for a gift for their wives. My wife got a lotion here last year. I don't know what it's called or what it smells like, but the bottle was pink. Do y'all have that? And repeat endlessly throughout the day. I was working a gun show booth. In our state, we need to run a background check on any buyer before selling them certain weapons. One guy came to the booth and chose a weapon. We had him fill out the paperwork and then ran his background. It came back denied, meaning he wasn't able to buy that gun for whatever reason. The guy just shrugged and moved over to the next booth. I watched as he filled out some paperwork, waited, and then that booth owner came back shaking his head. The guy tried it at another booth, and then another, as if they all wouldn't run the same background check, and he'd just eventually hit the lottery or something. I work at a higher-end cosmetics store. One woman asked about what brands of foundation we carried, and then what brand and shade I thought would look good on her. Except she had called the store. Sorry, lady, but I have over 100 shades of foundation, from the whitest white to the darkest midnight black. I'm gonna need to actually see your face before I can even begin to guess where you might fall in that spectrum. I once worked in a supermarket, and a lady approached me and asked where to find the soft scrub. So I took her to the household cleaning products aisle. She said no, she wanted soft soap. Okay, no problem. I took her over to the hand soap section. She got frustrated and said no, she wanted the stuff you clean your contacts with. Sheesh, how do you go from a hydrogen peroxide saline solution to soft scrub to soft soap? I work as a barmaid. A customer called me to one side and said, I know for a fact that you can't help being so big, because there's no way on God's green earth that someone as stunningly beautiful as you would ever let themselves get that way if they had the choice. I just stood there for a few seconds in dumb silence. I genuinely couldn't think of anything to say back, and I have a reputation for being quick-witted. When he asked if he could take me out. Worked at Subway and had a customer ask me for a guacamole. She insisted I give her the guac without avocados. I explained there's no such thing. Then she pulled a Karen and asked for the manager. The manager explained what we all already know. The lady got louder and pointed at a pic on her phone she took last time she ordered it. The picture was of pico de gallo. That, ladies and gents, was her avocado-free guacamole. I took great joy explaining guac and pico de gallo to Karen of Subway, and why they made two words to describe two different items. Face palm level. Infinite. I once met a man at a flea market who was selling dehydrated water. It was just empty, sealed mason jars with fancy labels. He told people that all they had to do was add 2 cups of regular water to the jar to reactivate the special molecules inside. The funniest part wasn't the invention itself, but the fact that he was actually selling them for $5 a piece. He claimed it was the perfect solution for hikers who wanted to carry water without the actual weight of the liquid. Bartending one Saturday night. A girl walked up to the bar and ordered a pitcher of the cheapest beer you have. Didn't care the brand, didn't want to run a tab. I asked her how many glasses she wanted, and she said none. Okay, whatever. If she wanted to drink straight from the pitcher, that's not my business. Anyway, once I put the pitcher in front of her, she put some cash down, picked up the pitcher, and walked over to a nearby booth where a man and woman sat. She then poured the beer over the man's head, called him a cheating a-hole, and walked out. Savage. A guy at my gym invented the weighted workout suit, which was just a denim jacket with dozens of pockets filled with loose change. He claimed the shifting weight of the currency engaged his core muscles better than traditional vests. However, during a high-intensity treadmill run, one of the pockets ripped. He turned into a human slot machine, firing quarters and nickels at the people running behind him at 8 miles per hour. He was asked to leave and never bring his change suit back again. Was getting breakfast at this place called the Great Canadian Bagel Company. The girl ahead of us gets a breakfast sandwich with extra mayo and then says, "Like a serious amount of mayo, more than you think is comfortable." The guy does a solid 4 servings, and she shakes her head in disgust, shame, and is like, "No, I'm actually messed up. I need more mayo." Took everything in me not to laugh as it happened. Not long after COVID restrictions were lifted, I got a job at a pet store. One woman came in and wanted to return a hamster because it wasn't social distancing itself from the others, no matter how many times she had scolded it. I hate the general public some days.